I challenged myself to make PEPE on Maya because it could be funny. If you don't know what's Maya, it's a 3D device just like Blender in which you can make modeling, rendering, animating and other 3D stuffs. Right before we start the video, my name is Kassidi. I'm a student at Lisaa. We learn how to animate, draw, rig, and everything related to the cinema industry. There's also a game design part, architecture, and fashion design. I'm French. I apologize if I make any mistakes when I speak. Hope you're gonna enjoy the video. Love and respect, Kassidi. The first step before modeling is looking for references so I can better know how to make what I want. It could be a drawing, a picture, or even a 3D model too. And now I have what I want to make, I can build the base of my model. And it's going to be a square. Even if Pepe is more chubby and round shape, I love start modeling with a square, especially when the model is going to be low poly. Low poly is making a 3D model with the less polygons, so it's not heavy and it is usually made before we go through texture and renders. For this one, I won't make any texture. Yet, I will add some materials to change the color of my Peepo. Now we are modeling the Peepo. Quick disclaimer before we go through. The video wasn't supposed to end up like this, but when I start editing my video, I've realized we could hear Spotify playing in the background. Plus, my mic had echo. So my voice, it was painful to listen, that's why I've decided to remove the original audio and redo an audio recording. I don't want you to suffer from this bad audio recording and I don't want to catch YouTube's copyright issues, so I had no other choice to remake the audio. Now, back to the video. I did a nice bathe and I created a camera in my scene to set up the final view of Pepe. It doesn't look awful, even if it could look like nothing. I promise it will be awesome at the end. Modeling the placement of the eyes was quick, but the mouth gave me a bit of trouble. Usually, when you're modeling a character, the mouth can't be created if you didn't start with the jaw, and what I did here is the opposite. Before making the jaw, I started with the lips instead. And I realized my mistake later. But anyway, I could fix that. Kinda. Oh, you see this? It doesn't exist. Oh, it doesn't exist. Why are you keep existing? This is awful. Those edges are not supposed to be there. But I fix it. Thank you, Control Z. Now I've done the mouth, I went back on the eyes, making the placement better before starting the almond shape of the eyes. I was struggling a bit, but again, I could make what I wanted. I defined the shape of the eyelid I wanted, thinking about how I could create the eyeballs and the pupils based on those faces, and just like that, I was able to define how to make the eyes. Until I've noticed something. Just realized that you can't see what I'm doing. Like here, you can see my mouse, but I'm actually in the menu on my other screen, the one I had a view of my recording. Well, I should not record Maya only, but I'm gonna record my screen. It's gonna be better, I guess. Yeah, there's a lot of shortcuts in Maya, but you couldn't see it because I was not recording my screen, but Maya's window instead. And if I want to share how I make 3D, I should show you all those menus I need, which appears when I use a keyboard shortcut. To be honest, I was feeling a bit stupid not having noticed this, but it was okay since I haven't finished yet. And now you can see those windows, it looks more understandable. Or maybe not because you're not used to make 3D modeling, which is not a problem. Those windows open a menu where I can find anything I need for my model. If I need to use the multicut tool or a quick access to the mesh editor, I'm going to make that through these menus. You see this? One of the most disappointment in Maya. I don't know what makes that, but it's hard to look at. And it is really upsetting, because this could mean you have done something wrong with your model. But at the end, it didn't cause me any trouble. just the symmetry doing symmetry weird stuff because Maya doesn't like to cooperate with me, but I could fix any problem I had trouble with. After doing some useless details, I was ready to add the materials and change the color of different parts of the paper. I got a nice face, and a nice face doesn't come without a nice body. His body is simple, since he only wears a blue shirt, but making only the torso was a bit boring, and I was not convinced to end my people like this, until I got the idea to make him raise his arm like he was waving at somebody. So I've done that, and it was not easy at all. I created a low poly cylinder in my scene to base my arm and a square for my hand. I could stop here with a base hand on the top, but I couldn't get enough of challenges and I did 5 fingers on a rush before I could go to sleep. And after 1 hour and a half modeling the Peepo, I could finally end this. And here we go, here's the result! Hope you liked that, and it's my first video. Let me know in the comment section if you want to see more of my creations or how could I improve myself when I'm doing modeling on Maya. But hey, thank you for watching. Love and respect, Kassidi.